And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
We're talking Giants every day.
A little late, I had to get the turkey away. Eric wouldn't leave the table, still eating turkey over there.
From the Cubby Cove to the Oracle Park lights, Eric and Glenn keep the fire burning bright, fighting for the glory, no matter what it costs us, breaking down the moments from the wins to the losses. Giant Sports Talk, we're here for the ride. Eric and Glenn with the fan base pride, talking dreams, will they contend? But we'll back the Giants till the very end.
The amazing Armand is here tonight. What? Oh, what?
Let's go, Giants! Yes! Yes!
I'm going to a few games. Yes, I'm going to a few games.
Nice. Hey, maybe we need to go see a game, all of us. Why not, man?
You, me, and Chardall.
Giants all the time.
It was your idea. Oh, boy.
All right, welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live. We're back here again, doing it all over again. We had a gobble day over here in the States, Glenn. Yeah, as you said, filled up on the turkey, the stuffing, the potatoes. I put a little fun poll out there yesterday. Looks like potatoes won the battle of the side dishes. But, hey, Glenn, it's Friday now!
Read my lips. And I got to tell you, I know you celebrated your holiday yesterday, Eric, but I don't have notes tonight. We're gonna we're just going free willy tonight, buddy.
Why not?
Why not? Everybody can settle in. No cover charge on this show. Come on in. Talk some baseball.
Hey, what's up, Jay Money? Our buddy from where was over there by Santa Cruz. I remember you.
As soon as I say it's free to come in, that pops up, which is appreciated.
Oh, I can't remember. So bad. All right, let's.
Funny you play that music on a Friday night. Look what I got, a new hat today.
Hey, look at that. All right.
Burton Cummings. I went to see the Guess Who this summer. Got a little patch, so I had to go out and buy a new hat to put the patch on, and I got it back from the seamstress.
Nice.
So you can iron it on, but look, she went all out and look, she sewed it on. She goes, that puppy's not coming off.
It ain't coming off. DL comes off right off the bat, gives us $5. Thank you, DL. Appreciate that. Haven't had time to watch much with my New York schedule, but you just know I still got love for my Giant Sports Talk Live. DL, I appreciate that. Hey, you in New York now, man? Holy crap, DL. He was over here in California. Holy crap, DL. What's up, man? You gotta give us a little intel. What are you doing, man? That's freaking awesome.
Fix the timeline for us on this whole move. What's going on? Are you just visiting? Are you working over there part-time? Hey,
he's in New York City. My goodness.
Oh, Jesus. Just come on. Just promise me one thing. If you come back on a regular basis to the show when 26 rolls around, don't be calling us bro every night.
No, it's okay.
Bro.
Okay.
Okay, bro.
Oh, man.
I say
a little homage to our buddy Vince. Vince is busy, man. He's back in the game, as they say, in the wrestling business. So it's awesome.
You know what?
Man.
For a guy you and I don't know that well, I can't speak for you, but I kind of miss him.
He's awesome, man.
He was such a great guest on the show, wasn't he?
Absolutely. I'll try to get him on. I mean, he's real busy right now, and he's got an open invite every time he wants to come. But yeah, he is.
And of all the guests we get, he really fits the dynamic too. He really fits into this show.
He does not shy away from what he wants to say about his San Francisco Giants. He's a big Giants fan. For those of you who have not seen the show in the past, Vince Russo. He's a friend of the show. He's awesome.
But neither do I. Neither do you. We listen. We call a spade on the show. Want to open up a can of worms, get things rolling tonight? What do we want to talk about on a Friday night now that the band has taken a break after one song? They're already exiting stage right, but what can we talk about?
Hey, let's get to this guy. DK Go says, hey, Eric and Glenn, how's it going? I'm a Yanks fan, but I love watching y'all show. Great coverage. Y'all do much love.
Much love.
Appreciate. Hey, again, everybody is welcome here, even if you're a Yankees fan, even Dodger fans, even though we're Giants fans are welcome here because we just like to talk about baseball. And look, I like to hear what other fan bases have to say, man. We got Mets fans, we got freaking Padre fans, Giants fans, of course, even Dodger fans, as I said. But it's fun, man. We enjoy coming on here every night.
You're welcome, but you sort of like died off on them.
Yeah. But yeah, what are we going to talk about? Hey, well, it's just more awesome.
I have an open forum. We were going to talk about what are they going to, you know what? I don't know about you. You put up the thumbnail, but maybe just let the guys, you want to come in, you want to talk to us. I want to have a free.
Hey, you want to throw the link out there, man? I'm all for throwing the link out there. I like to hear what other people have to say.
Speaking of free reign, now you had Thanksgiving. I didn't have the fixins and the big meal like you. I think I had beans and wieners last night, Eric, which didn't quite cut it. Well, I was cutting something afterwards, but today I decided I'd hit the food court at the mall. All right, what is up with this? Do you guys got A&Ws? I can't remember A&Ws.
We got A&Ws,
right?
Yep.
What is this? Do you want the burger? It's free range. I'm like, just give me range. Like, you go to the supermarket and you can't buy butter. You can't buy yogurt. Everything is, well, it's fat free. I go, give me the fat. Roll it out. I'm going to die eventually anyway. Like, no, nothing. Everything is so trimmed down, so to speak now. Speaking of trimmed down, we were talking before the show about our old pal, Dave Patrician in Toronto. Yeah. And I was talking to Dave the other day. Man, he's lost like 200 pounds.
That's awesome. That's good on him.
Yeah. I don't think you're trimming down, are you? Were you hitting the jazzerciser this today?
No.
Row.
No. How about more like eat? DL donates another $5. Man, you didn't have to do it. He goes, no. New York schedule. Grew up in Cali, in Sacramento. Hey, all right, just down the road from me. Been in Washington for the last 14 years. That's right. You're in Washington.
Oh, not New York. Newark. Oh, I think he put New York. It's Newark schedule.
Newark schedule. Hey,
New York, Newark.
Blame the turkey. But okay, I'll tell you what we're going to talk about. We'll make it open forum. But here, I kind of want to get into this. We alluded to this in Wednesday's show when that crazy. I still can't get over the Dylan Cease contract because I mean that was just absolutely bonkers. The contract that he signed. And here's the thing: it's like what should Buster Posey do? And again, I put a poll out there because I've been using the post a lot in our YouTube, which is fun because you can interact with everybody. You put a poll out there, people comment, yada, yada, yada. It's good stuff. What should we do? But you got to take in consideration the Giants are not one guy away from making this roster better. Right? They're not. So the reason why, that's why I'm a little hesitant on Amai. Right. And I know a lot of people are heavy on in Amai, but I don't know, but he's going to cost a lot. And the Giants need more than just Amai. I mean, right. And this guy may garner $25 million.
So you know what? Live a little. That's what I said to the Giants this year, Eric. 2026 Giants baseball. We're going to live a little.
No, I get it. But I'm using what we have been told. Okay. And again, Greg Johnson doesn't want to spend a lot of money on starting pitching. He doesn't. He said it. He didn't say anything about age either. He said he doesn't want long contracts exceeding $100 million. Okay. Take that. And look, I get it. And I think the Giants should just go whole hog, but who am I? I'm no.
Well, remember when Baron was here, they would enter the off season, and Johnson would say the same thing. And what would unfold, Eric? Nothing, because they lived to die on that stake. Now, because if he says he's not going to spend the money, they've shown before they don't spend the money.
Uh-huh.
But let me ask you something now. After that trade, I got into it. We talked about it on the show the other night. I looked a little deeper at it. The money was sizable, obviously. But was it like 7-year contract there? So let me ask you this. Do you think if Toronto or any other Major League Baseball team had pushed back on Cease right off the go before they got a deal done, do you think if he had said, let's say the Blue Jays said, we'll give you 5-7, no, then do you think Boris says, well, then it's not going to be 28 million, it'll be 30?
Yeah, right.
You think he's still getting the bag at the end of the day? And maybe the years was just, guaranteed money for the guy.
And honestly, you know what the years are nowadays? It seems like the years isn't even about the production. It's more about spreading out the money. You need the year. Look, you're not signing a guy to 7 years to get you want to say high performance all 7 years. It just isn't going to happen. Unless you're signing them at 25 years old. That's different. But you're signing these guys for long-term contracts so you don't have to pay as much each year because they want to get their bag. And look, hey, these organizations, they have a shit ton of money. They're making, or I should say, they're worth billions, and they're making hundreds of millions.
I agree with Santiago Valores.
They're making that much money. Players.
You died on us there. Sorry, Eric. I agree with this take.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Boris set up the market in his favor. He got the deal done last week or earlier this week, I guess it was. Here we are, Friday. He's sort of set the mark. Dude, that guy's
he did.
Brilliant.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. And this is where I'm leaning, right? Is why not just trade for a damn pitcher? Just trade for a pitcher, because you know why? The guys that are out there that are available you don't have to do a whole hell of a lot to get them. Now, granted, you may be in competition with other teams, and I get that. But my God, if you go out there, let's take there's two of them out there. I'm going to keep Joe Ryan off to the side because I got a feeling that guy's going to cost quite a bit. But I think the Giants still could, if they wanted to, go get him. All right. But because you got to leave the door open for other moves. If you go out there and you trade for a Pablo Lopez, would you guys agree? Answer me this, please. If you go out there and sign Pablo Lopez, is he not a solid number 2? Pablo Lopez, is he a solid number 2? Because right now, really, the Giants don't need a number. Well, actually, they may need a number 2, depending on what Robbie Ray does next year, because he may be gone next year. But here's the thing. Pablo Lopez, if you take on his entire contract, which is $20 million, $21 million for the next 2 years, take on all that contract. So guess what? Because someone was asking this. Where is it? Jay Farrell, you're asking what's the trade capital? It costs you nothing. If you're going to take on $21 million for the next 2 years, guess what? It wouldn't even cost you Carson Wisenhunt. It may cost you a Trevor McDonald. It may cost you a Luis Matos.
Yep.
I would trade a Luis Matos.
Yep.
I would trade a Trevor McDonald to go out there and get Pablo Lopez. No,
you don't need trade capital. You're going to take on the money.
You take on the money.
On the contract, Eric.
Right? You take on the money because what's $21 million? It's not that much. You still got room to go out there and go do other things, man. Now let's talk about this real quick. And the reason why we're talking about money, this is where the Giants' projections are. Where is it at? Right here. Right now, sitting at 180. Oh, come on, get out of here. $180 million. That's where the Giants are currently sitting as far as the CBT. Okay? 180. That means you only have, what is that? The cap is 244, right? If I'm not mistaken. I think so. 244 million is the CBT. And if you don't want to exceed the CBT, well, you got some room to play with. You got $64 million. $64 million to work with to stay below the CBT. So if you go out there and you take on Pablo Lopez's contract, now you got $40 million, right? $40 million to work with. Well, guess what? Maybe you could do this. Maybe and again, this is why I say trading for Pablo Lopez. For Freddie Peralta, we'll get into that in a bit. It's not going to cost you per year, but you know what it's going to cost you, Glenn? It's going to cost you more prospects because for the simple fact that he is cheaper But on the same token, he's only got 1 year control, but I still think he's going to be a little bit more than what Pablo would get you. So go out there, take on Pablo Lopez's contract and trade for, and then you could go still trade for Steven Kwan. For Steven Kwan, then go out there and give up Elliot Ramos, Carson Wisenhunt, whatever.
You know what? Hey, wait a second, Eric. Now everybody loves Logan Webb. We got Robbie Ray. He was fantastic this year. We had a great 1-2 tandem, Eric. I'm kind of on the other side of this equation. I think you can trade for pitching. We've got the money. Go out and get the big free agent. Get the guy. Why don't we bring in? We can afford Tucker, Eric. Then we make the trade and bring in pitching.
Okay. Well, then
all we're talking about is the number 3 or 4. You don't think we have enough to trade to get a 3 or 4?
Okay. So if you
spend
want to
the money on a big time player.
So if you want to do that, there's another option. Are you willing to give up both prospects and pay a lot of money, right? Granted, you still stay under the luxury tax, but are you willing to give up a big? If you want to trade for Freddie Peralta, because now you're only paying $8 million, so now you're going to have over $30 million to work with, right? And I'm guessing you're talking about one Mr. Kyle Tucker. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, for me, it would be Schwarber, but
okay, Schwarber. I
like Schwarber leadoff. Lou brought it to my attention. I forgot about the leadoff aspect the other night when we did the show. Leadoff bat, big numbers, and I think he bats a high enough average that I can live with it, Eric. They go, oh my God, he's not a 300 hitter. I don't care. But if the guy drives in 120 runs, it don't matter what his freaking average is. We have nobody who drives in that, Eric.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
you're also going to
quite nicely with a 240 average or a 230 average. But if he drives in, if he can hit 50, Eric, I don't know what the problem is. The fan base, they're all like, oh, nobody can hit home runs here. I think a Schwarber, Eric, we're getting back to the Bonds type batter. I mean, splash hits.
The only problem is you're going to hear a lot of moaning and groaning because he's a high strikeout guy. And that's the Posey. But that's the thing. Don't we have that same thing in hand with Bryce Eldridge, though?
Bryce Eldridge? Eric, everybody says we overpaid for Chung-Hoo Lee. He's not a high strikeout guy. He's not, but I don't hear him saying anything good about him either, Eric.
Yeah, they don't like his defense. That's what it is.
You know what? Yeah. Giant fans at the end of the day, and I'm guilty, probably you too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Things to bitch about, Eric.
Of course.
Take the good for a change. And I'm going to try to.
No way!
Wait till January 26th. Wait till we hit January. I'm going to take a deep. Eric says, breathe in.
In through the nose.
Breathe out.
Out through the mouth.
I'm going to try to take an approach where I'm positive next year and look at the positives instead of the negatives, but we still have about 32 days left for me to gripe.
You know what we should do next year? We should each get pulse monitors and see what our pulse is in each post game. Right? We can do that. Anyways, but to your point, but we also got to get a closer, and that's a fact. So they're at the minimum, you got to get 3 guys. But all I'm saying is, okay, so again, don't forget the 180. You guys got to always keep in consideration that $180 million that the Giants are currently at. Because every time they sign somebody, whether it's from a trade or whether it's like a free agent, you got to add that money on into the pot of what they can and cannot do. Because there is no way.
Well, again, not to rain. I don't want to pee on your parade today. You're still grateful and Thanksgiving and all that, and you're celebratory, Eric. But don't forget, I kind of agree with this. Just sign them and defer some money, Eric.
Yes,
win
absolutely.
now.
They have to. They have to. I agree.
If you can defer,
I agree.
Look at the Dodgers. I told you the other night. It's no secret around baseball, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Shohei Ohtani will be paid off by next year.
Oh, yeah.
If you defer the money, you make the money and you bank it. They paid off Eric, everybody, that money that dude, he loads their Brinks truck. They got to pay him at the end of the day, but he's front-ending the Brinks truck for them. Why don't we do this?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they should. Look, I 100% agree with that, but I don't know. Okay.
Or give them freaking huge signing bonuses to get them on board and then defer it, a lot of it to the.
I agree. Deferments have to be part of the equation.
Dodgers were brilliant. Brilliant.
Have to be.
Say what you want. Brilliant, Eric.
And look, and let's not forget, and I put this in the description, Glenn, we're only 10 days. 10 days. I think I could put up with him for 10 days. You know where that's from. Come on, Glenn. I think I can put up with him for 10 days. Look, that's a very short time before the winter meetings begin. And that's when shit's going to really start going crazy, man. And look, it's already going crazy, right? We got trades. We got freaking free agent deals all over. Well, I shouldn't say free agent deals all over, but we got a huge free agent contract that went down a couple of days ago. So we're going to have to see.
No, senior. Players are proving time and time again, year after year, Eric, that they don't take my philosophy of, I want to play. Well, some do. I think Shohei did. I want to play. God, I'm telling you, if they could go to New York or they can go to San Francisco and then Colorado and offers them 20 million more, they go to Colorado. It's about the money. I don't buy into this. Listen, I don't buy into this not wanting to play in San Francisco. I never heard a peep, not a bad word. The guy wasn't sleeping around. The guy showed up, blue collar. What have you heard bad about Devers, Eric, since he got out of Boston? Not a damn thing bad. It's all been positive. We got Willie Adames, who freaking loves it in San Francisco. Everybody, what is this? Well, they don't want to go there. Well, when they get there, they seem to like it, don't they, Eric?
Yeah. Yeah.
So just saying, senior. I mean, that saying that's got to die off, Eric. We got to put that one to bed.
I hate it. I know it sucks, man. Honestly, it sucks. But
Eric agrees with.
Hey, Adames signed here. He could have gone somewhere else. But
he would have had suitors. He wouldn't have had suitors elsewhere, Eric. Ready to pull up what the Giants did.
And that's the thing. I think the Giants offered the most money. That was $182 that they gave to Willie Adames. And he could have gone wherever he wanted to. Yep. He was the best shortstop on the market. Hats
off to Buster Posey, Eric. Saw the guy he wanted and went out and did the deal.
He did the same thing with Devers when he traded. He saw the guy, he wanted to get it done, and he got it done. So, look, and that's the one thing that we could take solace in, that Buster Posey doesn't screw around. The only thing that is going to be, I guess, if you want to say a wrench in the works, is the ownership. Do they have the buy-in on what Buster Posey wants to do? Because Buster Posey wants to win. There's no doubt about it.
I don't even hear anymore. You notice the one thing I don't hear anymore, Eric? When was the last time you heard this saying on the air? Yeah, but they own their own ballpark. Yeah, don't forget. The money is there, Eric.
It is. The money's there.
No leases.
No, it's paid off.
You buy a bag of popcorn, buys a bucket of balls. The money is there, Eric. The money is there. It's infusing this organization. They got to spend some of it.
Go out there and
spend money to make money.
Go out there and spend it.
I don't know if it's because it's the off season. We're not losing. Like I'm not used to coming on the show to do the show. Well, another loss tonight, Eric. I'm fired up tonight. I don't know.
Yeah,
Friday night music. The band's coming back shortly. I'm just all fired up. I don't know about you.
Hey, Christmas is coming, right? Everyone's feeling jolly and merry, and
I've got the Christmas side. I was talking to you earlier today, and you were a little down. It's the turkey. The tryptophan. You were a little worn down today, but I'm fired up, dude. I'm fired up.
Oh my gosh.
I'm fired up because I can see. Can't you see a little pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, Eric?
I
in more ways than one. There's the pot of gold. Spend some in 2026. Could be a great year, Eric.
And I hope it is. I hope it is. And there's different pathways. So again, here's the thing. The money is there. You just need to go spend it. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. And there's ways. And here's the thing. If you don't want to take the hit, for not being able to, for international draft money or for the regular draft in the summer, if you don't want to take those hits, well, then you stay below the CBT. But there's ways that they could do it without doing that. Again, it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you prospects. And in some cases, it may cost you both.
Yeah.
So
I like the fact that we've got an educated, and you know what? We have got a clientele come into our chat, Eric, and they are connected to the team because I want to get our GM 0021 on our show. Because apparently I don't know if he texted him or he was on the phone or what, but he says
RJ, that's
Adamas regrets signing with the Giants. I didn't hear that, but apparently Adamas told our GM that I regret it.
I haven't heard that.
I haven't heard that.
I haven't heard that, RJ.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he has. I don't think that. I think you're just making an assumption that maybe.
Don't assume.
Who knows?
Don't assume on this channel. We bring it, Eric. We're no assumptions here tonight, Eric. We're going to talk Turk.
We do that every freaking night. Well, 3 nights a week right now. 3 nights a week we talk turkey. But yeah. I mean, I'm ready for this, man. I want to see what the hell Buster Posey is going to be able to do, man. Yeah. And look, we all understand it. At the minimum, they need a starting pitcher and an outfielder and a closer.
Everybody's wondering why I'm so happy today. Probably scored on good Black Friday deals.
That's funny. That's good stuff.
I did go to the mall. I told you I went to the food court today, Eric. It was absolutely. I can just use this. Yeah, fake news. No deals for me today. But I'll tell you what, the mall was absolutely dreaded today. Oh my gosh!
I'm
Who
glad.
needs a deal when you got to stand in line for the cashier for 47 minutes?
Yeah,
Eric?
Dude. That's one thing I'm glad my daughter's older and, doing her own life, because when she was a kid, good God, it was freaking battle.
I'd make a great spokesperson. I'm telling you.
You would. You'd be fantastic. There you go.
Pepsi Cola, the cola of Giant Sports Talk Live.
And
I got to get on the Costco.
Here's another thing. I don't mean to be banging this drum again.
Uh-oh.
And I don't mean to be a downer. Who's our first base coach and third base coach? November 28th. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. So more to come on that front as far as fleshing out the rest of the coaching staff for our new manager, Tony Vitello. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, it's weird, little weird that if you go look, I can bring it up, guys. You bring up the Giants roster. There's only one person that's currently on the website, and that's Tony Vitello, and that's it. Sure, they've said they've hired all these other guys, but we don't even know where they're going to be in the coaching hierarchy. So
insane. Tell us how you really feel. Eric, keep going. Come on,
my God. How many times? Or hey, there's other times he was given a stop sign when he should have been. It was a mess. It was a mess, man. It truly was.
RJ, I'm going to tell you right now, Adamas is not looking back saying, I screwed up. He's quite content, and he loves playing in San Francisco. The guy he said he's never been. Last interview I saw, Eric, or actually I heard, didn't see him. Hey, maybe it was AI. Maybe it was a spooked interview, and they were like, here's Willie Adamas. I love playing in San Francisco. But it really wasn't him, Eric. Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe he's fooling us all.
Hey, the guy hit 30 bombs.
He
hit 30 bombs. Let's not forget about this. Let's not forget about this. Not only did he hit 30 bombs, and look, and I'm not all about the home run. I'm just saying it was quite a feat, because in the early half of the season, he wasn't doing anything. Right? I mean, and he had to get those. He had to accumulate those 30 home runs in a fairly short amount of time because of his slow start. So, hey, look, he won the Willie Mack Award. The games that we went to, right? As far as
I was going to say that.
Right.
We were up close and personal. The guy was talking to us almost, for God's sake. He spoke to me.
The guy did not look like he was regretting signing with the San Francisco Giants.
I got to be honest, Eric, and I don't get up close and personal like Lou does on a regular basis. I mean, you've been there a few times. I got my one night of glory in the front row. But I have never, even, with my military grade binoculars, I'm looking down there at dugout. I can't tell you in my lifetime I've seen a ball player that ecstatic and jump. Dude, if somebody gets a home run, he's running. Dude, it's like the Olympics. He's running up and down the front of the dugout. Tell me he's not happy. You're not a fan.
Yeah, right.
Hey.
Right. The dude seems pretty damn energetic when he's in a damn dugout. There's no doubt about it.
There he is, whooping it up.
Yup.
He just told Ramos, hey, gonna watch Giant Sports Talk Live after the game? I think I overheard him. Hey, we were close enough. Look, I could hear them. I just couldn't understand the language, but I could hear them. It sounded like that. Awesome. It sounded like I love Eric Romo to me. I don't know.
Oh man, I tell you, it was awesome. And then Logan Webb coming over, talking
about Devers, Flores. You got Webb wandering around there.
Yeah,
a couple of hot foots.
Come on, tell me that was not a bunch of fun right there, man. Golly,
that was
great
fun.
Times. Oh, my bad.
That was fun.
Yeah,
look at that baby. That was. You know what?
That was a fun night, man.
Miracles happen, dude. I left with the ball.
That was a damn fun night.
You remember the kid, that guy got the ball from somebody, got thrown up in the crowd, and I jumped out of my seat. Dude, I'm pretty outspoken. I jump up, see, I'm up the stairs. Give the kid the ball. Give the kid the ball. But when I got that was not going in my pocket. Lou was like, let me see the ball. I said, you can see it, you can't touch it. I think that was when somebody snapped that picture. Lou says, can I see the ball? Yep, there it is. Here, let me see. Nope. Dan wanted to. Can I hold it? Nope. I didn't trust you buggers.
Oh my God.
Hey, want to do a little, I need a little break. I'm so fired up. I'm running that low. I got to get a fresh Pepsi. Let's do a little deep sea diving tonight, Eric. Do a little deep sea diving, see what kind of treasures are at the bottom of the ocean for us.
Yeah, you think
there
so?
It is. Look at that.
You think that's going to happen? I don't know, man. I don't know if that's going to happen. That's pretty good though, right? But hey, you know what? We talked about them earlier. Why not, man? Hold on. Let me find the damn thing. The file's too big. I couldn't put it in here, so I got to go find it somewhere else here. Just give me a moment here. Oh, what the hell? Wrong one. But as Glenn goes and gets his refreshment, he talked about him earlier, guys. He did. He talked about him earlier. Let me find him real quick.
Will you find him, and we'll do this, Eric. Or Uncle Lou will get very mad at him.
Yeah.
Giant Sports Talk Live, brought to you by Lefties in Burlingame. Visit Lefties for all of your Giants collecting needs. By GenesisGoldIRA.com, Signatures for Soldiers. Duxwell Printing, for all of your printing needs in the Bay Area. Visit Duxwell Printing at 37 Wentworth Place in San Francisco. And by BetterCreditCards.com, for the best credit card choice for you. Visit BetterCreditCards.com, covering the San Francisco Giants nightly online. We are Giant Sports Talk Live. Now, back to Eric and Glenn.
Eric, we got something here?
Yes, sir.
Sounds like you're firing up the NES system.
Not too shabby.
Did that one on July 20th. There you go.
How about that, huh? How
Uh-oh.
about that?
We got somebody in the bullpen warming up the old soup bone right now, Eric.
Hey, who ordered the poo-poo platter?
Yeah, figure we might as well say hi to him anyway.
Oh, man. What is up? And look at Armand. I hate New York media. I know exactly where he's going with this. I want to get a little, hey, I don't know if you saw this, Glenn. Let's talk a little bit about this.
By the way, I don't want to wait till the end of the show and you know, I might spoil your party now. You always spend time looking at everybody else's. When did yours become Dudley Downer?
No, listen to this. Yeah. Oh, you did that shit.
You didn't even know. Dude,
I didn't even see it
20 minutes ago.
Hey, nice. I didn't even see that. That's pretty good.
Armand, you think Eric and I are doing gummies or something tonight? This show is going to go off the rails in the next hour. I can
Save
see it
us.
coming.
Anyways, so what's going on? I saw this. It was on Twitter. There's some stuff going on in the clubhouse between Lindor and McNeil and Soto. It's being reported. Armand, what the hell's going on with the New York Mets, man?
Yeah, give us the details.
All right, so the first thing is Jeff McNeil and Francisco Lindor have not gotten along for a very long time. A few years ago, they got into a fight during a game in the locker room downstairs away from the dugout. The camera pans to the dugout, and you see a bunch of players running into the locker room. Like, what the hell's going on? And obviously, this is baseball, so they don't like to have the real truth out there. So post-game, Jeff McNeil and Francisco Lindor say, oh, no, we were just having a debate whether we saw a rat or a raccoon. But we all know you can't do that in New York. You can't talk bullshit. You're not going to get away with it. So everybody knew they had a fight. They all knew they didn't get along. The year Jeff McNeil won the batting title, Francisco Lindor opened up his mouth like a moron and said he would buy Jeff McNeil a car. Spring training comes around the year after McNeil wins the batting title. There was no car bought yet. And of course, this starts heating up and starts, revisiting history and that they don't like each other. So when push came to shove, Lindor bought him the car. So they haven't gotten along for a very long time.
Interesting. Now, what's the deal with Soto, though?
It's a bunch of bull crap.
So he did buy him the car. He got the car?
He bought McNeil the car, but during spring training, he got pushed around. Like, did you get the car yet? Did you buy the car? And then, social media and everything kind of boils up everything.
Right.
And so he bought him the car.
See, and that's the only thing I've said this a million times. Social media, it's a dual-edged sword, man. Sometimes
and why does Mike Puma, of all people, another clown in this New York, waits to post it at 7:30 at night behind a paywall and during a holiday weekend?
Yeah.
At 7:30 at night. It's a bunch of hogwash. I think Soto is the guy. You'll like this. He's a lunch pail guy. He wants to go to work, put his work in, get wins, help the team win. Just do his job.
Right.
That's who he is. Lindor is the same way. Loves doing his job. Yes, he's always out. He'll go to Knicks games. He'll go to Ranger games. He'll during the off season. You'll see it. You'll see him at fashion events during the offseason. He likes to wear cool clothes. Nothing wrong with that.
When he's at the Liberty games, Eric. He's at the tell Lou he's at the Liberty games too.
There you go.
Yeah. He likes the outside stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. He's a good leader. He one of the people on here. So I don't know where this came from. This could come from somebody that doesn't like Soto, doesn't like McNeil, doesn't like Lindor.
Could be the media. Could be the media, Armand. Just stirring it up. It's New York.
It's a bunch of hogwash. It's just we don't need this. If they made the playoffs last year, this article doesn't come out.
There you go.
Interesting.
There you go.
Gotta love New York, man.
I do believe McNeil's going to get traded.
Let me ask you this: I love schmoozing SPORTS with Armand, right, Armand? But do you think there's, other than that, that's big enough story. This was just not a good year, and there were reasons. Do you think there's a problem in their locker room? Do you think it's dissension among the players, among the ranks?
There's been talks about that, but like if there was last year, it would have never happened. We had guys like Jose Iglesias came up and helped the team out. JD Martinez was our everyday DH. He was actually helpful. He was another leader in the locker room. We didn't have those two guys there this year. JD, nobody signed him. He's basically at the end of his career. Iglesias got a minor league deal with the Padres last minute. Well,
no offense, but it certainly, I knew, firsthand, it was a gong show there last year. Nothing went right for them. There are teams. The Mets could bounce back, Eric or Armand.
Well, they do. There's other reports, and I sent it to you last night. I think, Armand. Yeah, I think it was last night. Mets are interested in Framber. What do you make of that one?
Don't trust Hector Gomez. Don't trust him. Nope. He's another one that gets stuff wrong.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah. Like last week, Andy Martino, who I messaged you.
Andy Martino's pretty good, right?
Yeah, but he's another one that, kind of clowns on the Mets.
Little sensationalist or something.
But on SNY last week, he reported that Framber, remember the reports where Framber was at the GM meetings? He did not meet with the Mets. The Mets were one of the teams that did not meet with him. So how do you have 1 week a guy that works for the television station that the Mets play on say, well, Framber Valdez was one of the guys at the GM meetings, but the Mets did not meet with him. And then you have another guy that's outsider that's saying that the Mets are the favorites to sign Framber to $200 million. Even
here's a question.
That's out of David Stearns' comfort zone. He does not like to play 30-year-old starting pitchers on the free agent market.
Right. So who did Framber have to go talk? Did it ever come out?
I haven't seen anything of
Me neither.
Who he talked to.
Me neither.
He probably went there, he probably talked to everybody and his mother.
I'm sure he did.
Maybe he didn't talk to Stearns and Cohen. Maybe he talked to some other people that are in the Mets organization, but maybe like the big people he didn't speak to because they didn't want to, because they know they're not going to sign him. But I need David Stearns to do something with this pitching staff. I know we're shopping Senga.
Really?
Yes, we are shopping Kodai Senga. It's outside of his rookie season, he's been hurt every year.
Yeah, he has been. So here's the question. So would they be gun shy in signing him?
No, because he's 27. Stearns.
No, take the age out of it, though. He's still a Japanese pitcher, and he's not. He's not very big. He's a small guy.
Stearns wanted Yamamoto.
Okay.
And the Mets just showed a couple of years ago, Armand, that age. They tried in one season to rebuild an entire pitching staff when they brought in Senga. And Scherzer. And
I think
they were just looking at everybody. They tried to rebuild that thing, and that didn't work. But
it's 2 years. Again, I give them that much of a difference. Is 2 years that much of a difference between 28 and 30? You know what I'm saying? Is it really that detrimental?
In the league from looking from the league, it is. It is.
Wow. Why?
And again, we talked about this at the top. You get these long contracts so you can spread out the money. But everyone knows at the end of these contracts, it's whether it's a position player or whether it's a pitcher, it's going to age badly. It just does, because they're trying to not have to spend so much every single year. Again, because you don't want to have to get hung up in that whole CBT.
I don't know, Eric. Again, Armand, did you hear me say the other night? Back-to-back shows, mind you. I've come up with my new off-season slogan. It's you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If you don't add, the fan base is pissed. If you add, then somebody doesn't do he bats 200, they're pissed. It's a tough gig, man, running a Major League Baseball franchise from the front office. It really is.
It is. And let me ask Arm on this, too. where are the Mets sitting as far as trades? You guys got some prospects, but do you want to give them up because they're pitching prospects? You need pitching.
Oh no, we have a loaded farm system.
Okay, who do you guys are you guys targeting anybody as far as trades?
I think Stearns is a guy that will make a phone call to every team about every player that is rumored to be out there or to see what it's going to cost. Like at his end of the season press conference, he was asked about because they didn't make a trade for a starting pitcher at the deadline.
No, they didn't. No, and
he said this. He said this, and I believe him. He said, "What we were asking to get, what teams were asking us to give up for the starting pitching market, the fan base would have been pissed."
Mm.
So you could see that pitching is the premium, and it's also it's due to the injuries to the elbow, to the lat,
right,
the back of the shoulder. So you have so many guys going down that you have limited starters on the market.
You know what? Let me ask you. I got to ask an off because Armand brings up a good point about the fan base being pissed. There's the LAs, New York. I'm starting to put Toronto in this mix as well, but there's these fan bases that are sort of rabid. What's the difference? Even on like WFAN, they talk a little Mets. It seems to be more Yankees. When you go to New York? Eric and I spent a week in New York. Is it all Yankees and a little bit of Mets, or is it 50-50? What is like? And what's the approach of the Met fan? Are they like Yankee fans? Give me a little bit of and try to take off the homer cap here. Just tell me what it's like in New York to be a fan of the Mets.
It can be. I'd say now it's 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
But it usually goes one-sided when something like tonight, the report that Eric brought up from Mike Puma.
Mm-hmm.
For now, this weekend, even going into Monday, it's going to be Mets heavy. Like Hal Steinbrenner's quotes that I brought up the last time I was on the show and stuff about how he's crying poor. Like that became Yankee heavy.
And story of the day. Then, like Lou says, flavor of the week then.
Yes. Like when the Nimmo trade broke, it was Mets heavy. It's 50-50, but when something comes out from one side or the other, it goes to the others, you know.
Well, the Mets have money. So in this offseason, they backed up the Brinks truck there, and they let Juan Soto wander around in the back of it, poking his nose around. He got his bag, man. Is that the way you build a team in this day and age? Are you happy? I mean, being a Mets fan, you were obviously at the time, you were happy. Is that the way to build a team? I'm curious. Can you put the Dodgers are doing it? Other teams are trying to do it, but do you see logic in putting it all on 2 or 3 players and then trying to put in not scraps, but at the end of the day, you got to field a whole team. You got to have a dynamic. I don't think you can just have 2-star players in New York and a bunch of, add-ons.
You got to be smart with the money when you have the superstar players on your team.
Smart with the money.
You got to be smart. Like the Dodgers getting Tommy Edman. That was a smart move. Like you got to find those types of players to fill around the Chris Taylors, even you do, Tommy Edmonds, like those guys, whether they're utility guys or maybe they're just good off the bench as base running.
You got to have those guys on your roster. There's
not just off the bench. Do you guys agree? The LA Dodgers, everybody likes to crap on them, but I got to give them credit at everything they do, Eric. You notice all these guys that he's throwing out now, Kike Hernandez, Edmund, they're not just off the bench players.
No,
they got a little bit. These guys, when do they play their best baseball, Eric?
Postseason. Every time.
Kike. Well, I never heard his name all year, Eric. Well, come playoffs, the guy shows up doing the horizontal bump there, whatever they call that. But they won. They won. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think they do it well. But I was just asking Armand, Eric, about putting all your eggs in one basket and trying to build a team around a star, a superstar, when you gotta have diversity.
You do. No, talking specifically to the Giants, they got to spread the wealth, as they say, because look, do we have that one guy? Yeah, you got Devers, man. I should say we have Devers as Giants fans. Let's not forget the guy is a hell of a freaking baseball player. And now he's that much more comfortable in San Francisco. Hopefully, it can mesh because now we got new coach. Even though he's brand new to San Francisco, now you're going to have to deal with an entire new coaching staff. How is the team going to relate with the new coaching staff? It could be, and for all intents and purposes, it may be a different direction. Is the club going to be okay with that? We're going to find out. It's because it is going to be different. This is almost like, to a certain extent, being traded to another team for the simple fact that you got a different leader, leading the way. So I don't know. We'll see how that pans out. But what I'm trying to say is the Giants got a guy in Devers, so you could put pieces around them. Yes, would it be nice to get a guy like Kyle Tucker? I don't think. Is Kyle Tucker on the same plateau as, say, Vlad Jr., Juan Soto, Shohei Ohtani, whatever? I don't think so, right? Kyle Tucker is a good player. If you want to say very good.
I put him on the second tier.
The second tier, right.
I'd call him a top 15 player.
All right. He's kind of where Devers is. Right?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Devers might have a better bat. Yeah. But the one thing
Tucker's a well-rounded player.
He's well-rounded, yes.
He's not elite at one thing.
Correct. Right. And how much do you think he gets in this offseason? I mean, we saw what pitchers are getting. Do you think he cracks 400? I don't know if he does. At first, I thought maybe he would, considering what Vlad got. But his last couple of years weren't exactly stellar.
It's also how many teams are in his market now.
That's a great question.
Like, obviously, with the Brandon Nimmo trade, the Mets are now
Mets.
I don't believe they'll really be in it. Do I think David Stearns and Steve Cohen are going to do their due diligence and talk to him and his camp?
Sure.
Yes, every team should do that. Yeah, well, the exception of the Marlins and the Pirates, because we'll call bullshit on that. We're just too smart. Yeah. But I do think the
Blue Jays,
Toronto's in. I believe. I do think the Yankees will talk to him. I'm having trouble with Hal and his recent Zoom press conference, and how I believe he's in cohorts and aligning himself with the small markets for the salary cap. I don't know if he's really going to put on that deal.
What about the Dodgers? Would you count out the Dodgers?
I will never count out the Dodgers.
I know, you can't. Never.
You just can't. And there was a report. I'm taking this with a very grain of salt, and this has to do more with Amai. Is that I'd have to look into his contract, but they might consider shopping Tyler Glasnow.
Don't say that, because I already know what that's going to entail. You already know what that is, right? You know what that is. And I'm telling you right now, if that goes down, I'm done, dude. I'm done. Because I know
he said that before. Armand, he said that before. I ain't coming back.
I am not. I swear I am not going to see Tarek Skubal as a freaking Dodger. I'm not. No. I swear if they trade Glasnow or even Roki to get freaking Skubal,
they won't trade Roki because he's a cheaper option.
Yeah, I know. Well, but you may need to do that to sweeten the deal, because look, Glasnow's not cheap.
I think if they did anything, they would consider putting Roki into the bullpen to strengthen the bullpen.
That's fine.
Because there's a report that I saw that the Dodgers are not really going to look at Diaz and sign Edwin Diaz.
Well, they get all the pitching they need.
So if they're not going to look at Edwin Diaz, let's say they're looking at Robert Suarez. Maybe they go 2 years, $50 million, where it's 25 and 25 for Robert Suarez to be in that bullpen. Or they look at Pete Fairbanks. They look at some sort of they get like multiple high-end relievers. Or remember, Tanner Scott's still in the bullpen.
Yeah,
Kirby Yates is gone. Michael Kopech is gone. Like they're gonna spend. I could see them doing Fairbanks and maybe they do Roki in the bullpen. Maybe.
Yeah, but the Dodgers, listen, the Dodgers are a team that don't, if they have needs, they'll fill them. They're not.
And that they will. And you know what? And I'm going to tell you, they don't care about their draft picks. The Paula, to answer me this question, look at this. This is the difference between where the Giants are and where the Dodgers are. There's a lot of Giants fans out there that don't want to trade Eldridge whatsoever. Whatsoever. You don't want to trade them. You know what? Would the Dodgers trade Dabala, who's right below? He's right below Bryce Eldridge.
Yep.
They have no compunction whatsoever to trade him if it's going to get them the guy that they want.
If they get rings, Eric, they'll trade anybody. They'll just keep recycling. If the rings come every year, it doesn't matter who you are. And you wait. They're only a few years away. Freeman and Betts, when these guys all come, they're already, I guarantee you the Dodgers, Eric, the Dodgers don't go into this December thinking, what are we going to do this year? They're already thinking 3-4 years ahead, Eric.
Here, okay.
They're going to have to replace these guys in 3 or 4 or 5 years. They're already working. They're thinking things out. The Dodgers are going to be hard to beat, Eric.
How about there's a couple of guys out there that we're really not talking about. Alex Bregman, Pete Alonso. I mean, where are these guys? Look, freaking Bregman's still a freaking pretty damn good baseball player now.
Let me ask you something, Eric.
Where does he go? Where does he go? And what position does he play?
But you're talking Bregman's an infielder. I told you, I keep my ear because I'm up in Winnipeg for one more week. Thank God I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back, Eric, and you're not booting me out this time. All I'm hearing is now Bo might go. Bo might go. Could you just envision this, Eric? You get Bo to play shortstop and Adames, who didn't exactly have the greatest glove, and
it got better though as the season went on. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Bo at short and Adames at second. All of a sudden, Eric, you got Devers, Adames, Bo, and Chapman. You want to play defense, Eric? There's your defense.
You know, I can't disagree.
Bo's defense is not great at short. I could see
second base.
I see Bo at second, Adames at short, Chapman at third for you guys.
I'm just saying, and riddle me this. This is why I'm just, so do I, Armand. So do I. I'm just saying, if that's the kind of linguistics we need to use to get him to come here, then, maybe I could talk a big game with him. Yeah, we can do this and move that, and then play him wherever. But I think if you, for me personally, guys, if Bo Bichette says, I'll sign with you, I'll sign for 7 years, San Francisco next week, but I want to play shortstop, I'd have a long chat with Adames right then and there.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, well,
we don't have enough depth at second base, Eric.
I don't think the Giants are looking at that though. Don't
give me. Well, what are we going to do at second? Everybody's
Schmidt. You have Jeff McNeil.
Not enough depth.
Jeff McNeil. Well, see, this is the problem, Glenn. This is the problem because what is more of a priority? Upgrading the outfield or upgrading second base?
Oh, Jesus, Eric. There's holes.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Because you got a starting. Right now, we're already at 3. Starting pitcher, closer, outfielder. Now you want to add on a second baseman. Now, I think we're getting I want to try to keep it as realistic as possible without getting too. Look,
we all have the fandom, right? We all have the fandom.
But even going back to our World Series wins, guys, when we were winning the World Series, what would we do, Eric? This team over the last more than a decade, we go back 15 years, the San Francisco Giants, second base has been a plug and play.
Yeah,
it has been. When was the last time we had a serious second? I thought we were going to get a second baseman, keep him there. Joe Panic, I thought, and then he didn't work. They traded him. He ended up a Blue Jay and all over. He bounced 3 or 4 teams, and we got our second baseman. We won, what was it, 2012? We got our second baseman from Toronto, and he didn't stay. And to me, I think it's time they solidify. I know there's problems in the outfield. And we need
Yeah.
pitching. For me, can we once and for all just get a second baseman who we know he's going to pencil him in there every day and put him on our scorecard,
Yeah.
Eric? I don't know who's playing second base one day to the next. Schmidt, not everyday play. He can't stay healthy to play every day, Eric.
Yeah, he got plunked a lot, though. He did. He got hit with a he got plunked a lot.
And Casey Schmidt had his good days, but he had a lot of bad days.
Yeah, he did.
I want a real second baseman, something the Giants. You know what? Argue me this. Have we not had a second baseman since Jeff Kent?
Okay, right. Okay. Let's do this. How would you?
I know
be
you
okay
like
with
the
this?
outfield and everything else,
No.
but do you not deny it's time to get a second baseman?
If you had this as you in your for your defense, if you had Chapman at third, well, let's start with Bailey as your catcher, Chapman third base, Willie Adames shortstop, Bichette second base, Devers your first baseman. Okay, that is your infield. Are you okay with your outfield being Ramos, Lee, and Gilbert? You see what I'm saying? I mean, we can't.
Maybe second base, one little weakness isn't the bad problem.
You see, that's what I'm saying.
Stop
right?
fooling me, Eric. Tell me the real outfield.
Yeah.
Stop fooling.
No, but that's
Drew
what it would
Gilbert. Armand. Drew Gilbert. See what we're dealing with? Drew
He's
Gilbert.
Glad he's the next Kyle Tucker.
I don't
according
know,
to
man.
our manager, maybe, but that's the only guy.
You see what I'm saying? So you gotta choose your path. As they said, remember in was it Indiana Jones, the third one? Remember, he's like, he chose poorly. Remember, he drank the cup, turned to dust. He chose poorly. Yeah.
Hey, Armand, don't be surprised this offseason. My new, once in a while, every couple of weeks, I come up with a fresh take.
Yeah.
I don't want him.
do.
I don't want
We
him.
all do.
Sort of like Adames last year. I don't want him, but you know who I think is going to be wearing San Francisco colors next year?
Let's hear it.
Real Muto.
Real Muto. As a backup?
I truly believe that he will be lured to play catcher. I think Buster is a catcher. Buster knows when he's pitching, and Buster knows that if I hit like him, I wouldn't have played 10 years in the major leagues. I think Buster knows the value of the catching position, and we just don't have it. Armand, can we interest you in a catcher?
I got Francisco Alvarez. I got a young catcher, but here's my thing.
I mean, Bailey's a go.
I like that idea. I like Real Muto to San Francisco. And here's a trade that can go along with it, because the Phillies are going to need a catcher, and you guys need bullpen help. They have 3 lefties in the bullpen.
Ooh.
Patrick Bailey to the Philadelphia Phillies for one of the lefties, either Jose Alvarado, Matt Strom.
Strom is good.
I like Strom.
And there's the
Strom's
other
good.
lefty they have. They have 3 lefties, but one of those guys.
Is Romano still under contract with them?
Yes.
He is. Yeah. Holy crap.
There are things that could be. You know what? I mean, wouldn't it be nice to be a fly in the wall, Eric? Know what's Buster got up his sleeve over there? Uh-oh.
Oh.
Little brother Jake is into little Wilmer Flores is into something.
Uh-oh. I heard it. And here's another thing. Real Muto, his agent, is CAA Sports. You know who used to be the agent for CAA Sports? Jeff Berry, who was a special assistant to
Buster Posey.
Gerald. Yeah, Buster Posey the third. Yeah. So that would be quite interesting. Now, would he be okay with a backup? That's the question.
He's going to want.
He wants to be the guy.
That's why I said Patrick Bailey would have to be traded.
I don't see
and
there's no way they're
Phillies
no
and
way.
the Phillies are going to need a catcher, and you're not getting a catcher good enough like Real Muto on the free agent market.
And look, unless I don't know this because of the ABS system being introduced.
Yes, that's going to change everything.
Does Buster now look at a catcher that's going to be more of a bat rather than Now, granted, you still got to throw guys out stealing because that's still a factor, and Bailey is fantastic at that, so he still holds a lot of value. But does Patrick Bailey's value tick down a bit because of the ABS? None of us, I guess, we can answer that because we haven't seen how the ABS is going to affect some of these players
and everything, and how
But I still don't think he wants to be a backup. I think he wants to be the guy. So that kind of negates that. But Bregman, where the hell does Bregman go? Does he still stay in Boston or does he, where do you think he goes? And does he want to go? Would he entertain going from third to second base?
Again, I think he would, but I also think it's the team he's going to. How much of a contender are they? Like, would he consider for San Francisco? I could see it, yeah. Because you got Chapman at third. It's all about who's at third.
Right. So what kind of contract can we look at for Bregman? Where is he? Hold on. How old is he?
He's 30. I'm going to say he's 32.
I think he's somewhere around there, right? He is 31. Okay. He should be 30 or close to 32 by the time the season starts. So
don't tell me Wilmer's having a bad offseason or anything. Jeez, he's into everything.
Everything?
Cranky. Nice. Well, let me ask you something. I heard you talking about catchers. I don't know what angle you're taking, but
the ABS system. Eric brought up the ABS system for next year with pitch.
Let me ask you a question. Let me see you deny this. I've always said I want a catcher who can hit. Screw all that. He can frame pitches. He can throw people out. Major league catchers can throw people out, and they can frame pitches. I mean, it's doable. But if I told you, name the top 50, then name 50 catchers. The ones that come to mind. A Met, Gary Carter, a Yankee, Posada, Pudge Rodriguez, Johnny Bench. What is the common factor? They all can hit.
Yeah, you're right. That is a fact.
Little Kirk in Toronto, what can he do? He can hit.
He could also catch. He's a fantastic defensive catcher.
I think that major league teams that don't have a catcher, I think it's like just one X on the scorecard. And I know our buddy over there at the other channel, Dan, he's brought it up how many times? And I agree with him, Eric. How many times have you and I watched a game this past year, Eric? And with bases loaded, and up comes Bailey, I go, well, this is at least, let's just hope for a run and maybe a double play. He doesn't produce. I want production from the catching position. I think it's it may be becoming, especially for the Giants, the most overlooked part of baseball. Get a catcher who can hit. Can you deny the best catchers?
Jesus Rodriguez can hit. That's what everyone's saying.
They're ready.
But here's the thing. From what I've heard, his bat should be fine, but it's his catching. Can he?
I can live a little, dude. I think the production,
and I don't see that thing is. I don't know if Buster does because Buster really values that defense. He does.
Well, Buster could hit
because I have the same issues with Alvarez, like with wild pitches and everything. He just like when they get onto that one knee, and I've like my idea is like, okay, if you want to do the one knee, the smart thing to do with the one knee is do it with less than 2 strikes and 3 balls. Do it at the start of the at bat when it's 0-0.
We got to go back to the 80s in that fiasco. You know who started that?
You know who
started the whole different dynamic behind the plate? It was Omar Marino. He would jet the leg out, and he had Gary Carter
did that
down there, and Johnny Bench, and all these greats. They just played the position, and you know what, Eric? Let me give you this one. There's a little pearl of wisdom from me on a Friday.
Pearl.
Okay. I forgot what I was going to say. It was so good. Oh, here's what I was going to say. If you value the catching over the hitting and the catcher's position, his defense, I say it's the same criticism as the guys in our chat who would say, "Oh yeah, but Schwarber, he strikes out a lot." Yeah, he may strike out a lot. But look at the production value, Eric.
But the problem is, during the 162, production's there. But you get into a playoff, what did Schwarber do? Yeah, he hit a couple of home runs, but other than
that you were saying Eric, you were saying the same thing about the MVP. Oh my God, Shelley's not doing nothing. I'm like, the guy's a stud. He'll do.
He did it. Honestly, his bat, other than one game, didn't do jack shit. And his pitching, he had one good game.
But you're not going to say, they got to unload him. No. Get rid of that guy.
No. I get that. I understand that. And look, can Schwarber be a factor in the getting to the playoffs? Absolutely, he could. All right, let's get into this because we haven't even talked about it.
A star is a star. At the end of the day, Eric, a superstar is a superstar.
I was trying to avoid this. No hype video for Hinches. Is that how you say his name? Hinches?
Hinches.
Is it Hinches? All right, this is a move that
for a minute there, but no.
This is the move that Giants made. I think wasn't it the same day as? Was it the same day as Cease, or was it the day? Was it actually on Thanksgiving?
The day after.
So it was actually on Thanksgiving. So
it was actually Thanksgiving.
Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, they go out there and they sign this lefty, supposed to be a really good lefty. But here's the problem. He's coming off of shoulder surgery and also knee surgery as well. I don't understand. And look, he may be great, but my God, what is it with the San Francisco Giants signing the walking wounded? I don't understand the propensity to go out there. Are you telling me that there wasn't other guys? There's other avenues that you could have upgraded your bullpen, right? You got rid of Luke Casey, and Luke Casey, was he fantastic? No. But did he get the job done? Yes. And look, and maybe Hinches, if that's how you say his name, maybe he is better. I don't know enough about him because he was out the whole damn year. So, and it's a shoulder. I'm worried about a shoulder more than an elbow. An elbow is easily repairable. When you're talking about the labrum, that could get a little bit weird, man. And a lot of times you may not be the same. And I think he had a knee as well, right? Didn't he have a knee? And I just don't understand that concept of you get rid of a Luke Casey and you sign the Hinches. Whatever. It's a nothing move. It's what, $1.4 million. It's not about the money. I just don't understand why it's very Farhanian. Yeah. And anything that I see that resembles that guy, it pisses me off. It does.
Eric, let's get back to the outfield for a minute. If you had to break up the band out in the outfield, who do you think is more valuable to you? Not as a trade, to you. Is it to keep your left fielder Ramos or your center fielder Lee? I think it's Lee.
Who do
I wouldn't part with Lee.
Ooh, shit.
Lee has only completed 1 year of Major League Baseball. I still think the sky's the limit for the guy. I don't think you trade off of him. And again, people are talking about, trade Lee. I think Lee in the outfield is your stronger point. Well, he could hit and play defense. Ramos can hit. His defense was woeful. We don't have anything in right field. I mean, there's nobody out there.
Look, it's already been documented. His defense wasn't very good in center field. All right. Can that be rectified? It can. Hopefully.
For me, it was doable. But again, I think
here's the thing. When you're talking about, if you want to talk about trade, who has the most value? Well, it's going to be Ramos because he doesn't have that big contract. He's not owed. How much is he owed this year? Oh, hold on. Let me see for Jung-Hoo Lee. I know last year I think it was 17.
Would you trade him tomorrow? Would you trade Ramos?
Yeah, it depends how you get back.
Yeah.
Jung-Hoo Lee.
Because Ramos still has even though he had his defensive, and I didn't like the defense at all, Eric. I'm not going to make any excuses.
But
his upside at the plate is
he's at $23 million.
23, but according to the 40 man, it's 18, almost 19.
That's on the luxury tax.
Yeah.
Because that's
what you got to look at. That's what you got to
year for Ramos, Eric. There's a 25 home run guy.
He is. No, there's no doubt about it. So
there's upside.
He's going to have the most value.
Some of our bad players still have some significant upside. And I don't want to. People shouldn't. there are holes to fill, but don't hit the panic button and start trading guys we shouldn't be. Well, we got to get rid of Lee. Well, let's just worry about filling right field and second base and getting a pitcher and somebody in the bullpen. A lefty would be nice. I mean, this comes up all the time, Armand. People will be on here saying, "Well, why don't we sign this first baseman?" We don't need a first baseman. Just fix the problems first.
And here's the thing, Uncle Ted.
There's got to be a right fielder out there.
Haven't seen Uncle Ted in the chat before. Welcome to the fraternity we call Giant Sports Talk Live. He says, I'd sign Merrill Kelly and John Me. See, I'll tell you why I have a problem with that, because you could trade for better players than that. And I'm okay. I'm okay with trading to get some damn starting pitching, damn it. We don't need to hold on to all the prospects when you need a starting pitcher right now. And if you don't want to pay a lot of money on the free agent market, well, then you're going to have to trade. And we've talked about this. Pablo Lopez, pretty damn good pitcher. Solid number 2, right? Would you say he's a solid 2 or a solid 3, Armand? I think he's a solid number 2.
Lopez is a 2.
He's a 2. There you go. That's an upgrade with the Giants, because, hey, you got to remember, Robbie Ray may be gone. We don't know. And I don't want to settle for. I want to get guys that are good, whether it's with a trade or whether it's signing somebody. I don't want to
carry away, Eric. You realize,
Uncle Ted, Merrill Kelly is a back ender rotation guy, like a fourth. I'd say a 4th starter.
But he's only $21 million. That's nothing. $21 million a year for a starting pitcher is not crazy expensive.
And the Twins ownership, they want to get $500 million in debt. They're looking to shed salary. Yes. They would trade Lopez in a heartbeat.
Think about it. And you don't have to give anybody up. I said this on the top of the show for those of you guys who weren't here in the beginning. Joe Ryan would be fantastic, but you're going to pay more in prospects. If you get Pablo Lopez, you take on his contract, and you know what you have to give up? Nothing. For prospects, you ain't got to give up hardly anything. And then you could use those prospects.
Not getting traded. Ketel Marte is.
No.
Ketel Marte is going to be a Blue Jay. Guaranteed. Lock it in. He's going to be a Blue Jay.
Luis Robert, I want to stay away from him. And you notice no one's talking. Everyone was all talking about him for years. Now no one's talking about him because he can't stay on the
White
field.
Sox are idiots for coming out for not trading him at the deadline.
Yeah,
he would have been a Met, but they were asking for high-end prospects for him. Do you know when Luis Robert was placed on the IL?
All the time. When isn't he?
August 28th. He didn't play the whole month of September.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Jacob deGrom. He brings up Jacob deGrom. Now that
DeGrom loves Texas. He has a no-trade clause. He convinced Nimmo to go to Texas and waive his no-trade clause. DeGrom's not going anywhere. And Chris Young and the Rangers front office came out and said they're not rebuilding. They are just retooling and reshuffling money in other areas of need.
Interesting. Now, going to Jacob deGrom, would I take – look, you said Pablo Lopez has a crazy high AAV. What the hell is Jacob deGrom making, dude? The dude's making $38 million and he's 38 years old. So,
and by the way, Uncle Ted, for personal reasons, deGrom left New York, not Met related. So what do you think? He's not going to like San Francisco.
Right. Well, and here's the thing. There is an ace in a hole, and that's Bruce Bochy. There could be some kind of finagling there because, look, he managed him, right? Mm-hmm. He managed him. So he has inside knowledge, so to speak. And could he convince Jacob to give up the no trade to come to San Francisco? Absolutely. He could. But, again, that's going to cost you a shit ton of money. That's why I'd rather have Pablo Lopez, because you still could pay that $21 million and still go out and make another trade for freaking Stephen Kwan. If you trade for Ryan, you can't trade for Kwan. Period. You can't. You ain't going to have enough.
And to do this for Uncle Ted, you trade for Pablo Lopez, you could sign a Merrill Kelly. You could sign a John Means. That's okay. DeGrom has to stay healthy. He has 2 years left on his deal. This year, so the luxury tax for the next 2 years is $37 million. For this year, he's making $38 million on payroll and $37 million next year. Then there's a club option for 2028.
Armand sounds like a banker. He's got spreadsheets for everything.
he's using Cots
But
as well.
the Texas Rangers are not shedding payroll. They would take away a certain player that's away with money, but then they would go spend it. Like they would love to get rid of Jock Peterson and his $18 million.
Oh my God.
Who wouldn't?
Oh my God. I mean, that's just, that's crazy. And look, I agree, Ted. I 100% agree. I would love to have him. He was
worth it when he was
love to have him.
He was worth it when he was on the Mets.
Yeah.
You sign him now. He's on the back end. He's on the back end.
DeGrom, no. He's still at the top of his. The guy had a sub-3 ERA last year. The guy is he's one of those special guys. He's one of those special guys.
I wouldn't bring him in.
But you know what? It's only 2 years. And here's another thing that I have totally forgive me. I'm gonna go a little bit long here. Another thing with signing guys like Pablo Lopez. If you want to trade for Joe Ryan, I'm okay with that too. But I just think it's going to cost more, and it keeps the Giants from making other trades. Is you sign someone like a Pablo Lopez or even a Freddie Peralta, because that's only 1 year. You're giving the chance for your young, because Buster Posey wants to see what the young pitchers can do. So what does it do? It gives them a 2-year window. Let's stick with Pablo Lopez. It gives you a 2-year window to see what these young guys have. So you don't have to do a 7-year MI deal, right? Now you shorten it up to 2 years. You're not paying a shit ton of money.
But are you in it to win it now, Eric?
Hold on.
If you're in it to win it now, go out and get the best.
But you can't, because if you're going to go into the season with a Ray, Pablo Lopez, and a Webb, dude, you're doing something here. That's hell of it. And then don't forget to throw in Landon Roop, because Landon Roop will be your number 4. Man, that's pretty freaking good.
I like this.
That's pretty damn good.
Suarez and get it done.
Oh, Pokes. Okay. Yeah. Hey, you want to go big? Hey, might as well add in Tucker as you're with it.
Get Tucker.
That ain't happening. Uncle Ted? Nope.
Corey Seager had 6 years remaining at $189 million total.
$31 million a year for a guy who could barely stay on the field.
And where are you playing him?
Doesn't make sense. Exactly.
Yeah, they're not for the Giants. Not for the Giants. No way.
You can't go out and just pick players out blindly, Eric. And I was going to tell you earlier in the show, not to get you all shaking your head, but San Francisco, did you see San Francisco signed Yamamoto? The Women's Professional Baseball League. They've got a team in San Francisco. This is the launch season. They signed Yamamoto's sister.
Did they really?
So, cool. Yeah, drafted 2nd round, I believe it was. I went, oh, you got to be kidding me. Yeah. Yamamoto will be pitching for San Francisco with the wrong team. See, these are, and all these, Eric, these people, pisses me off, Eric. I started the show. I was so happy.
No, they were still good. No.
And I'm starting to get pissed off because all the guys we talk about are all guys. Schwarber. You could have got Schwarber. You could have got him like 5 years ago, Eric. You could have got him. Leaves the Cubs. You could have got him at somewhat. Bellinger. You could have got Bellinger for somewhat of a song. Oh, let's go out and get Bellinger. Well, yeah, now we're going to have to pay 5 times what we could have got him. You didn't want him then. Don't bother with him now. That's my philosophy.
Yeah.
You didn't want him then. It's like Senga. The Giants, I know it was a different regime. It was Farhan, but you didn't want Senga then? Well, don't bring him to me now. I don't want the scraps.
Under Farhan, what was the longest contract that they had under Farhan? I'm not going to count the extension for Webb. They extended him 5 years, okay? But
that's why
as far as free agency, what was the longest contract that Farhan ever dished out? 3 years. That's it. 3 years.
He got a couple of good things. He got some good things done. Farhan got some good things done.
3 years.
He signed Snell
for 1 year.
He still signed him, Eric. I mean,
yeah, but it was Snell just trying to bump up his
Eric. Eric, 3 minutes ago you were talking about signing a pitcher 1 year. That's all 1 year.
No,
the other
no.
Go get me a long-term pitcher.
It's different. You paid this guy knowing that he was going to go out on, and I fault them because they should have traded him at the trade deadline, and they didn't, knowing damn well he was going to walk. It was the same thing.
We
with
can agree
Rodon.
to that.
That's the problem.
We agree to that trade deadline.
Farhan had no intention whatsoever to sign Snell long-term, because if he did, he wouldn't have given him a 3-year deal with an opt-out every single damn year. It was a name. It's going to sell tickets.
And wasn't it during spring training, like how the league loves to?
Yeah, they didn't sign him until freaking spring training was pretty much done.
You know, you got to wonder what Farhan really brought to the table too, in some respects, Eric, because you look at that trade deadline when he didn't deal him. We got nothing, but that was also the day. I mean, it's trade deadline day, and what was his big comment? We got the best pitching staff, and I've given the keys to his trades. He was just going to give the manager whoever you want. I've given the keys to the Cadillac to the manager. Well, you get up there and you run the team. The keys to the fucking the keys to the car.
Well, and that's the thing, and that's the problem is we still have a little bit of that PTSD of Farhan. It's out there, and Buster Posey is not that way. So I don't know where this is going to go. I don't, honestly.
Hey,
and we're just going to have to see what's up. What's up, Mark? Good to see you, man. Hey, your buddy, your fellow Mets fan there, Armand.
He says his wife's pissed off, probably at us, Eric. I don't know what we did, but
no, Nimmo.
Mark, you might want to tell your wife, Citi Field Black Friday sale at the team store. Brandon Nimmo jersey, $120. The T-shirt jersey, $15.
Wow.
Get them off the rack cheap now.
Yep.
50% off.
Stick another name over the back. I'd buy a Met shirt, Eric. I'd put Armand on the back of mine.
Oh my gosh, man!
Hey, see if I can find something. I got to show.
She has them all, Mark. I'm not surprised.
Oh really? Oh, big Nemo. Oh, big Nemo fan, huh, Mark? Interesting. That one was weird, huh? That one was weird.
It was shocking because he had a no trade clause and his contract runs to 2030 and is making $20.5 million. And with that type of deal, take away the no trade clause. That type of contract, you're doing 3 types of trades. What they did doing Simeon, like a 1-for-1 swap of taking on a shorter term contract, but just had more money on it. Or you are paying it down like the Mets did with Max Scherzer and Verlander and got back a decent return back in Acuna and Drew Gilbert and Ryan Clifford. Or you attach a top prospect to that player so the team that can just take on that whole contract, like to shed the payroll off the books. It's the only, like, with that type of contract that Nimmo has. It's the 3 types of trades you do in this day and age in baseball.
Armand, I'm not a one-trick pony over here. I'll show you one of my favorite. It's in the laundry, so it's a little wrinkled here. It's going to be washed. You know one of my favorite shirts I wear up here?
Oh, geez.
I wear my New York Mets.
Senga
Ghost Fork.
The Ghost Fork pitch T-shirt.
Wow. You might want to keep that because that might be the last Senga Mets shirt.
I shouldn't have bought it. You're telling me I could have got it on the rack next week for $15?
Mark, can I answer Mark's question? Can you post it up so everybody can see it?
Here, do this. And then after this, we got to get out of here. We're going a little long.
So, Mark.
Yeah, Eric's got to get back into the turkey.
Brandon Nimmo was a free agent the same year as Jacob deGrom. Jacob deGrom signed with the Texas Rangers. It made the Mets fan base go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Went nuts. Was a lot, you know. And Nimmo at the time was playing center field. Also, David Stearns wasn't the front office guy. It was Epler from the Angels, former Yankee front office guy. So if the Mets fan base would have went full apocalypse if Brandon Nimmo signed elsewhere. He was also playing center field for us. That's why he got the long-term deal. And into that contract, he only played 1 year in center. They moved him to left because he does not have the arm strength to play center field or even a corner. But also, he's 32 years old. He has neck issues, and he has plantar fasciitis. So if Nimmo was going to be on this roster, he would have to be the everyday DH. Case in point, he's going to have to be the everyday DH in Texas. Wherever he goes for the rest of his career is to be an everyday DH. And if the Mets are going to bring back Pete, he's going to have DH as well. So how are you going to DH Brandon Nimmo and Pete Alonso when they both want to play every day? Past 2 years, Pete Alonso has played 160 games.
All right, guys. When did this become a New York Mets channel? Armand, thanks for breaking it down for us. Always welcome.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Martin. Armand, we'll see you next one, man.
See you, pal.
All right. Armand's awesome.
Just calling it like it is. It's you were right. It's time to get out of here, Eric. And only you think we got problems, right? Not just San Francisco. How about only in New York? Is it a rat or a raccoon?
That was good stuff.
Good stuff.
All right. Hey, guys.
Good show, Eric. Good show.
Yeah.
Good show. Everybody in the chat contributed. Good show all the way around.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Hey, don't forget, winter meetings only 10 days away. I mean, let's see. Does anything big happen between now and the start of the winter meeting? By the way, this year is going to be in Orlando, Florida this year, Glenn. So,
yeah. Oh, and by the way, guys, I don't know if anybody in the chat will catch on to this, but Eric's got to get back to the red wine and some more turkey and stuffing. So I get to play with the toys, Eric.
Be back Monday, Rosemont.
I get to play with the toys. You get into the turkey and the red wine. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? No. Okay. The guys in the chat will know what I'm talking about. We'll talk about that another. It's a Seinfeld reference.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. The girl had the toy collection, so they take over the giant turkey and the box of red wine. More turkey? She falls asleep, and they're playing with the Aquaman in the tub.
What the hell?
And you know what? She's a girl after my heart, Eric. When he first started dating her, he's playing with touching the toy. Don't touch them. I want to play with the toys. Take the Aquaman to the sink right now and put on the scuba suit. She's like, it's not a toy. It's a collectible. At the end of the show, and then they're chewing. He goes, George is chewing gumballs. And these don't taste right. And then Elaine shows up, and she's playing with the Easy Bake Oven, making cupcakes, and George is getting sick. No. And he goes, this batter expired 36 years ago. Great episode. Anybody want? Yeah, look at that. Mark, New Yorker there. Great episode. It is. And you know what makes it a good episode, Mark? I could be wrong. Isn't that the episode as well where Kramer finds the set from the old TV show and makes his own TV show in his apartment?
Oh, my God. Nice.
Oh, my God. I'm going to go watch some Seinfeld. You go have some turkey. I'll see you Monday night, Eric, if not sooner.
Absolutely. All right. See you guys. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.